All right, welcome everyone to episode number 6 of the Natty Talk Podcast. So today we have a special guest, our friend John, who has been in my Discord server for quite a while now, but we haven't had the chance to speak to him until now. So thank you very much, John, for coming on here. I think you're probably one of the most jacked and strongest guys on the server, so it's really cool to get a chance to finally speak to you like this. Why don't you give us a brief introduction, just tell us who you are, what you do, and all that.
Sounds good. So appreciate you having me on. Besides the second most jacked to Aidan, probably second strongest as well. I think it still takes the cake. But my name's John. I've been doing like YouTube probably for a little bit over a year now. Been lifting for probably 5 years seriously. I mean, like a decade, but like half of that was just crap lifting. You know, the typical, you're trying to figure out what to do and you're just running around, not knowing what you're doing, but not making any gains. So I do that. I got my personal training license almost 2 years ago now. So, but in real life right now, I am a therapist as well. So kind of diverse,
Okay, so
different types of careers, but you know.
Do you actually have clients that you train as well?
Not currently as now. I'm more of the family and friends, personal therapist, personal trainer.
Sure.
So, but it's all good. So YouTube's the free time right now. So yeah. I don't even think I have time for.
Yeah, I noticed your channel has grown quite a bit. I mean, you're creeping up to like 2,000 subscribers now, right? So it's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty close.
Consistent. Like his content is just. He's always pumping it out.
Yeah, honestly, like I gotta be honest, your channel is like way too small for the quality of content that you make. Seriously, like if someone just took a peek at your videos, like it looks like a proper like professional channel. Like you really put effort into your filming, your audio, and you know your pacing of the video and all that is like really excellent. So guys, definitely go check out his channel. You know, it's a really quality channel.
Yeah, much appreciated, guys. Learned a lot in 2 years. You're just doing great too, and it's glad to have Aidan making you videos too. So
yeah, absolutely. All right, well, why don't we get into some juicy topics? So you know, like last time, we'll probably branch out to stuff that aren't necessarily fitness related, right? But you know, it is a lifting podcast, so why don't we?
I got a few things that are non-fitness. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you want to kick it off, Aidan? Give us the first topic.
All right, well, this is related to fitness, but you made a video about the black-pilled crowd. So what's your opinion on Lanklets thinking they're doomed for having like a bad frame or whatever that is?
Lanklets are it's a blessing and a curse, right? Because at the end of the day, you are going to need like 5,000 calories to grow if you're like 6'5", you know, a ridiculous amount, and no one wants to eat that. Your potential just to look huge is nuts. You know, if you're a 6'5" dude, like at 250, you're going to be huge. But the amount of food you have to eat for that is like, most people don't.
Do you think that's what holds them back the most?
You know, I think it's the food thing. Like, I have a couple Lanklet friends, and the ones they're like, I eat a lot. And I'm like, you know, I hang out with them. I see them at the gym. We'll get dinner. And like, half of them don't finish their dinner.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, like you have 10 fries on your plate, and like half your steak or whatever we eat, you know, it's like, okay, I'm gonna eat that. I'm the little chunky monkey over here. So I think like Jeffrey Verity's a good ideal for that. You know, he's a taller lifter.
Oh, he was so lanky when he started running. Too.
Yeah, exactly.
How tall is he? Do you guys know?
6 foot.
Okay.
So I mean, not super Lanklet.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like it's possible. I think it's also part of just your genetic appetite too. How that's affected. Like, I'm from a Middle Eastern background, so my whole family's like, "You're going to eat," and you're like, "Okay." I'm gonna eat. So that's, there's no choice in that. Exactly. It's like, yes, sir, I'm going to eat. So coming from a different background, if you don't have that choice, or it's like, I'm full, and just have the food on your plate, and you're not forced to be like, you have to finish that.
That's to be so that really helped you out.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm the shortest in my family, so I'm 5'7". Most people in my family are closer to 6 foot.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I don't get this, man. Like, you know, most people want to be tall, and then you have like these tall people who are just complaining about, oh, I'm so tall, it's so difficult for me to put on muscle. Like, come on, man. Like, that's like being tall is like an advantage in life, right? Like overall, it's kind of weird to be complaining about being tall for bodybuilding. I mean, I guess if you want to be competitive and stuff, then it's
you know what
a
it
bit
is
different.
too.
But yeah, go ahead.
They see maybe a shorter guy like getting attention for looking jacked and like people being impressed with that, and they sort of feel hurt that like they're not getting that attention.
Right.
They're like, oh well, for me it's actually a lot harder. So the small amount of muscle I have is actually more impressive.
Yeah, and I
like,
guess
no,
it makes
not.
a big difference on social media, right? Because like just looking at a photo of someone, like maybe a short guy can look like super impressive, but then you'd put him like next to a tall guy on the street, and he would be dwarfed, right?
Yeah,
not in all cases.
I think it's like
Sorry.
I think it's like a symptom of the internet too. No, I was just like, everyone's displeased right now with like everything. It's like no matter what community, the short dudes are mad, the tall dudes are mad. I'm not buff enough, like I'm not shredded enough. It's like, okay, there's like no matter where you're at, there's no winning.
Yeah.
So
it's
it's
like the grass is always greener on the other side, right? No matter like what you have, you always want what someone else has, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, John, you do a lot of these 30-day challenges on your channel.
I love those.
Yeah. So I think those definitely make for very good content, and it's interesting, like to see the results you get after 30 days. Would you say that those results are like long lasting? Like, does that make a permanent change in your physique or your strength? Or is it more something that, is cool, like a cool little challenge, but then doesn't really have much of an impact long term?
Hard to say. Like the 2 I did was like jump roping 30 days and then walking, and my calf size has sustained since then, but I'm also like doing a set or two or training calves once or twice a week now. So like I got that initial little boost, and now I'm kind of maintaining and building on. The muscle up challenge I cannot do that because I'm like 15 pounds heavier now.
Right.
So like I tried it again. I was like, no way am I able to do it. So I'll have to cut back down for that.
Yeah.
The Nordic hamstring curl one I did, that actually helped a lot because there's like a lot of repeated training, and I'm actually training them with like full rep chest on the floor all the way back up now. So depending on the challenge, I mean, like honestly, 90% of it is like content based, to get me into some search.
Of course.
That's just what it is. But I think there is some benefit to actually doing that, like walking for 30 days every day is like, okay, everyone should do that. So it's really not a bad idea, to walk with the weighted vest.
Yeah, I was just watching.
Right now, I'm doing a.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just watching the Nordic challenge, the Nordic hamstring curl video that you made. And I mean, those look super tough. I mean, I've tried them like once or twice, and I mean, I can't even get anywhere close to doing them strict. Obviously, it takes a lot of training. So like, have you noticed like solid like hypertrophy gains from that in your hamstrings, or like has it carried over to like deadlifting or something?
It definitely helped with the Romanians, but it'll do it. Previous, I was training Nordic hamstring curls and Romanians at the same time. So I was getting, the flexion and the hinge with the hamstrings. So that was pretty good, like congruence in training. During that challenge, though, I only did Nordic hamstring curls. And I've only Romanian deadlifted like once since then.
Right.
Because I'm really just trying to, I'm doing a lot more volume on my Nordic since I can get a full one now. So it's like all my hamstring training, I know it's not optimal, but I want to be able to do like 10 clean reps, just the floor.
Right.
Like doing that.
Yeah.
True optimal, man. That's badass.
Yeah, that's really cool, honestly.
Yeah.
And like it's like the only way to train the hamstring that way, like in a home gym, right? Because obviously in a commercial gym you have the machines, right, to do the leg curls and stuff. But at home, how else do you train that part of your leg, right?
Yeah, I see people put dumbbells in between their feet, but I'm like really scared of smashing my nuts. Like it falls on your butt at the top, so it's like,
oh my god,
I was never a fan of that. Putting dumbbells between my feet and curling while laying on the ground. But this is like a great alternative. It's super easy. Just like, I mean, you can make a little stand somewhere, probably in your home gym too, and then practice your curls. It took me like a full year of training. Like the first 2 months felt like my hamstrings were going to tear off.
Yeah.
And where my it was terrible.
I need to try those one day.
Yeah,
I've still yet to try them. I just see them and I'm like, damn, that looks hard. So
they're
brutal.
It's like getting your first pull up. If you guys struggle with pull ups, I can do pull ups for years.
Yeah.
From like 8th grade to like 10th grade, I think. So.
Yeah.
It's one of those humbling things.
Good piece of training.
Yeah, speaking of like training the hamstrings at home, there was this one device that I saw Sigmund Klein, this like old school bodybuilder made. I like showed it briefly in one of my videos, but he basically made like a little wooden platform that had like some straps that would like strap onto your shoes, and then on the back of the platform he had like a little hook that you could like put the barbell onto, and it would like hold the barbell. Like obviously you'd need someone to like, you know, assist you to put the barbell like on your feet, but basically you could do like leg curls with a barbell if you like build yourself one of these. It's not that complicated, but yeah, you need help to like set it up and everything. But yeah, it was pretty cool. Obviously nowadays, you know, whoever goes to like a proper gym, you've got a machine for this, and it's super simple, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I challenge you guys to work on your Nordics.
Yeah.
No, definitely. I definitely want to try them, especially like right now. I got a little bit of an ab injury, and I can't really do RDLs and squats and stuff like that. So I feel like Nordics would be something I could still attempt.
Yeah,
so that's actually a good idea.
I mean, that's one of the weird blessing of injuries. Like last year, I hurt my pec and then my tricep.
Yeah.
So like I was just out. So I was like, okay, I can curl. I can do like a lot of rear delts and shoulders. It was just certain like overhead movements I couldn't do. So I just turned into like bicep bro and then leg extensions and Nordics for like 2 months, you know?
And then they all got massive.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing too. With this injury, I've had to like rethink so much stuff, and I've like changed my form on everything. I thought I had good form, and then I really started getting like slow eccentrics and everything I've been doing, and it's like I'm almost like glad it happened, because now I feel like in the long run I'm gonna be less prone to injuries because of the way I've had to train around it.
That could definitely be a learning experience. Do you have an update about that, Aidan? I mean, I don't know how much you want to talk about it, but do you...
It's kind of stayed about the same. Definitely hasn't gotten worse. And pain-wise, it's like I could deadlift heavy like today if I wanted to.
It's just not worth
it.
Though,
I'm just trying to see like if it'll subside and it's just going to look a little weird, but then it's not going to like affect me. But yeah, I still don't know exactly what it is, and if it does start to get worse, even when I'm doing all this stuff that doesn't affect it, then I'm going to have to go see a doctor. But I'm trying to postpone that, you know, because it's not really that bad. I kind of talk it up like it's really bad, but it never really hurt that bad until I like dug into it with my fingers and was like, okay, that was painful. But other than that, you know.
Right. Okay. Well,
wish you a speedy recovery.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hit us up with a topic, Aidan. What you got?
So this is about the Lanklet thing kind of too. Do you feel like natural lifters need more mental resilience with like being patient and sticking to stuff? Because like if you hop on a cycle and you just started lifting, like you see such amazing results in like 6 months, you know. But if you're natural, like you need to really stick with it and believe, you know, until you get to that point where you really look like you lift.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like it's a thing of faith, like trust the process, you know. But it's hard to trust when you don't know if you're doing things correctly. You know, like for me, like I did like 4 years of crap training. Sure, like I still got some results, but they were like that.
What was the main thing that was wrong?
Just not enough consistency, I'd say. Okay. And like I didn't track any lifts at that point either. So you know, you're the guy that's like doing 30-pound dumbbells every single week.
Every time.
Like, okay, I really could be doing like, you know. So I'm not pushing the edge. I mean, in the beginning though, like I've been training my friend Matt. If you're watching this one, he was 145 when we started. Now he's 175. So he put on 30 pounds in like a year and a half.
You said his name was Matt?
Like, yeah.
Good shit, Matt.
So, so I'll send him this, but like he's been looking a lot better. If he's fine with me, I'll send you guys some pictures or something.
True, yeah.
But like he's been looking really good. So I mean, 30 pounds in like a year and a half. You know, not all muscle. He's a little skinnier, so of course some fat gains. But like that was very quick. But when you get to the point of like, let's say 3 years plus, you know, we just got to really recognize that like it's the slow grind. You know, it's just that's the way of life. But I don't know. I think with like my mentality, like I don't plan on competing in bodybuilding or powerlifting. So if they, in the sense, it's like, really, what's the end goal? Like, my end goal is to have a nice physique and feel healthy, and I'm there. So I'm just like the little micro improvements at that point. So I think some people don't have their end goal in mind either. Because if you're like, I want to be huge, it's like, yeah, you can be huge as a natural, But do you need the drugs to get there in like a year? And then what are you going to do? You going to get bigger? You're going to get stronger and like tear your bicep? Or is this something you just want to do? Kind of ties into your jacked grandpa concept. It's like, can do a lifetime lifting, a lifetime of fun, and then just enjoy what you get.
Yeah, absolutely.
But always push the boundaries too.
So I assume
my
you guys will
grandpa's
be
still
lifting
lifting
forever then. Until the day we die.
Yeah, well, that's the plan, right? I think all of us can sign off on that. Yeah, I think it's really...
I'll be doing something.
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be trusting the process, and the whole saying about like it's the journey and not the destination. Like you gotta embrace the lifestyle, right? Because it's got to be a lifelong thing for us naturals. I mean, for me, like I'm just like sort of creeping into that zone where like the gains really slow down, and it's got to be a long time to like be hitting PRs and really see like noticeable changes on my physique. I mean, I was just looking back at some old photos, and I sent you some of these, Aidan, where like in like 2 months I looked like a completely different person from like June to like July or something. It was like I made like a complete transformation. And like 2 years ago, basically, I mean, month to month, like it was like, oh my God, I'm looking so much different like every month, right? And now it's like I'm looking at my photos from last year. It's like, shit, like I kind of look the same, Like you gotta really zoom in to find some differences, right?
every little like micro gain you make now puts you that much farther than like other people, because most people get to that point that you're getting to now, and then they just plateau and they don't go further than that, or they're satisfied or whatever. But
if you
keep pushing
get,
like
that 10% better over the next like 10 years, it's like that 10% that's gonna like just separate you from all the rest of the gym bros who don't have.
And that's when people accuse you of being on gear. You got Alex getting accusations. You got Jeffrey getting accusations in his DMs.
Yeah,
like he posted one on his story, and I was like, yeah, those like top naturals that have like pushed it that far, like you can tell, and it takes time to get there. You don't see someone get there in 2 years, no matter what they do.
I know we talked about Alex last time, but god damn, like he's looking absolutely ridiculous. Like he got
his shredded rants.
Yeah. Oh my god,
those are so funny.
Which Alex are we talking about right now?
Alex Leonidas.
Leonidas.
Alpha
Okay.
Destiny, yeah.
Yeah, he's looking nuts. Yeah, it's always interesting of the camera too. When I got little lean, like I was looking good, but it's like my t-shirts were so small, but then on camera, you're like, dude, I look amazing.
Yeah,
so it's the I'm sure you're experiencing the same thing, Aidan, right now.
The thing with that,
maybe not.
Like I still fit in all the shirts I wore when I was bulking, but only my arms fill them out, and everything else just drapes and looks like gigantic. So like on my chest and back and all that, it just looks way too big. Luckily, the arms they came up, so they're still filling them out.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's about it.
I'm at like a point in my cut now where like I really like the way the clothes fit, because like my stomach has pretty much gone flat, so like it doesn't stick out of the shirt anymore. But like my arms still like fill out the shirt nicely and stuff. So I think I have a nice shape at the moment with the clothes on. But I feel like maybe like the more I cut, my arms will obviously get a bit smaller, and won't fill it out quite as nice. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like Alex was talking about this as well, where he looks his absolute best, right? You see a photo or a video of him and he just looks freaky. Like everyone wants to look like that. But then he's saying like, I feel like shit. Like I've never felt this bad in my life.
And he's like 7% body fat too right now. So I mean, it's not like I got to maybe like 9.5 or 10 on my cut recently. So I didn't get lean enough to get all those effects that he's getting, like the feeling super small and the feeling like complete shit just when you walk. I had that maybe for like a couple days, but he's had that for like a month. So the amount of discipline that takes, and you have to be a little crazy to do that too, because it probably feels like you're dying, so
it's controlled starvation.
It is.
Was he competing in this one?
Yeah, he's
competing. I think it's in a few
He
days.
is? Okay. Oh, okay. Awesome. I'll watch his YouTube training stuff, but I don't keep up like anyone on Instagram or anything.
Yeah,
So I'm always like out of the loop on that.
he briefly touches on it in his videos, but he's a little bit more in depth on Instagram. And yeah, I got a segue
When
for
do
that.
you? I was just want to ask, when do you guys think someone should go on their first cut? I'm assuming it's a little individualistic depending where you're starting out, like you're obese or fat. But let's start with the skinnier boy who's been lifting, going to the gym, finally putting on some weight. Like, when is a good first cut? I'm kind of like in a not a perma bulker mindset, but like mildly close. Of you kind of just like put on the weight, then I like plateau there for like a year, and then I try to put on a little weight more, that I like plateau again. And I just like kind of always stair stepping up my weight. But I don't know if you guys have these strong opinions on when like the first cut should be for someone.
I think after like 2 years, maybe 3 years of solid training, especially if you start young, you don't need to be cutting while you're a teenager or, like you just turned 18, you don't need to cut yet. I think though, once you have like a solid base, then you'll really benefit from that cutting back down and then being in a surplus for like a year again. So I wouldn't advise them to go to like 10% or anything super lean like that, but maybe like 12, 13, get a little abs and then go back up super slow. And I don't know, I always found that the bulking and cutting thing, like the people I see doing that usually tend to get like the more elite results. But I mean, I'm sure there's people that do that too, where they slowly kind of stair step up and eventually get there. But I don't know. I think the cutting and bulking thing is just, it edges it out by a little bit, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think that's a mistake that I made where I cut too early. Like I did like I did a cut before I even started bodybuilding. I mean, I was doing CrossFit and I was already pretty lean, but I wanted to be like even more lean. I mean, I guess that's a bit of that brainwashing that you get from social media. Where you need to have the 8-pack and whatever. So. But yeah, I agree with that. I think in terms of optimal results or whatever, you should really hold off on the cut, for the first 2 years or something. Get yourself a solid base. Like, don't worry about getting shredded, if you haven't even been training that long.
Like, if you don't look big bulked up, you're not probably going to look big cut either. Yeah. So it's like, usually you want to build that foundation where like you're already looking pretty impressive while you're bulked. And then like, okay, I got enough muscle to cut now.
Yeah, if I could go back in time, I don't think I would do like the first 2 cuts that I did. I don't think that really got me anywhere. I got a couple nice photos where you can see my abs or whatever, but I would probably be further along where I am now if I didn't, do those 2 cuts. So yeah, I agree. I think way too many people obsess about this, like getting shredded and having abs and all that, and then you can do that once you've earned it. Once you've been training for a good couple of years, you've earned it, you can do it. But if you're just trying to do that from the beginning, it's going to keep you small, especially if you're trying to do it too often, right? Or maintaining that kind of lean physique.
Yeah, 100%.
All right. You got anything on that, John?
Really depends, but similar ingredients. I mean, I think even for that, my like lean point, I think for most people is like 15%. It's a little higher, I think, but I'm also not like I guess I'll never be a standard aesthetic person. Like I'm very hairy, bald, bearded, so like I'm always going to have the bare look,
Yeah, bare mode.
And I'm not like shaving my chest hair. Yeah, exactly. So like for me, a little fluffier is always gonna be like good. I think for most people, they could hover around 50% and feel like really good. 12 to 15, I think it'd be great for most people. I just always find it funny, like coming from an American standpoint, like we have the like super fat population, like super fat obese population. And then everyone on the online fitness space is like, I got to get as shredded as possible. And I'm actually touching upon this in my latest video. Like I'm the heaviest I've ever been, close to 200. But now I'm getting the most compliments on my physique. Oh, wow. And even though I'm at a higher percent body fat. Because it's interesting, like even when I'm topless, people are like, John, you're looking huge. And like my abs are not that great. But like I'm super full.
You got a lot of muscle, so it works out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So if I was 200 pounds and I've only been lifting for 2 years, that would not, that would not be, that's very different. Exactly. But it really just depends on your goal, but for me, it's like, I'm going to be a bear. I'm always going to be a bear. I'm super hairy. So for me, the higher body fat percentage just makes a little more sense, for my personal aesthetic.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. Yeah, and it's got to be good, especially when you're wearing clothes and stuff, right? I mean, if you're big enough, like even with a sweater, even with a jacket on and stuff, you just look absolutely huge, right?
Yeah, I have this T-shirt I've had in my closet for about 6 years now. It's like a really nice polo, and I forgot my brother had a photo of me when I was like 22 wearing that T-shirt, and there's like, you can see the hole like where my arm was, like this big of a gap, and now like it snugs so tightly, it's like constricting, and you're like, dude, I put on that much size since like 5 years ago. So everyone should keep an old T-shirt, never wear it, just keep it in there so you can see how you fit.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I've tried that as well with old clothes, and it's really cool to see it like that. Yeah, for sure, I agree.
Yeah, you got a funny one, Dante, with your freaking
yeah.
What was it?
I had like a button-up shirt.
Jeans.
And some jeans. Yeah, and I got this photo where I was like at an event, like looking, nice, and this like shirt was like hanging off me, and now it's like I put it on, it's just like about to burst.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
So, John, I want to talk to you about your Bacne transformation. So, you made a video about this vitamin B5 supplementation. And actually, I've been struggling with Bacne like ever since I went through puberty. It was one of those things where I was like, oh, I'm just a teenager. It'll go away when I'm like 20 years old. And then here I am like about to be 26. I still have Bacne. So I saw your video. I was like, okay, it worked for him. I better try it out. So I ordered the same bottle of these vitamin B5 pills. I've been taking those for about a month and a half now, and I've seen some solid improvement. I got a before and after photo you guys have seen, and I think you can definitely see a difference. And I haven't even been taking as many pills as you have. So maybe do you want to go into that a little bit and tell us how that worked for you?
Yeah, sounds good. So luckily my face has like been clear most of my life, but like it just appears on the shoulder and back. When I was like 14 through 18, it was just awful. I've like a ton of scars. Like I was just a kid, like always picking at it. It's always nasty.
Oh, wow.
I think it's a family thing for me. Like my mom was like, I've had it till I was 40. I'm like, well, that's great.
Thanks a lot, Mom.
That's awesome. Exactly. But she's like, then it just slowly went away. I'm like, very cool. So I was like, I mean, it's probably linked to some diet. Like I do drink a decent amount of milk, and like there's a ton of milk in the US for those, like you can buy it very cheap. I'm sure it's not like of highest quality of the dairy. So I'm like pretty convinced it's something in my diet, but I really enjoy the things I eat. So I was like, what other alternatives can I do without uprooting and changing everything? And then I kind of stumbled on this on Reddit, and I was like, for like $12 for a bottle or whatever, I might as well try it. And like, it really helped a lot. I started at like 6 pills, which is, I think that was 3 grams just about. So I had 3 grams of vitamin B5 I was taking every day. Like it cleared up super quick. Now, like I've been changing my bed sheets more, never re-wearing the same shirt. So I've been like doing a lot of other things, but it's just helped a lot with the acne, because it's not fun, like, having your shirt off at the beach. Like I look huge, I look good. Then you have like nasty, like white zits all over you. Like I used to joke with my friends, I call them monster arm. Like that's it's just like self-depreciating jokes.
Yeah.
But it's really helped so much. So I went down to 4 pills, and then I found that was not enough. So it's at like 5 vitamin B5 pills a day. So I generally don't like a lot of like other recommendations that are kind of more invasive. It just messes with your gut generally.
Because a lot of people do like Accutane, right? But that, like, I looked into that, and that seems like a really serious kind of medication that can have like, really serious lifelong side effects and stuff. So I was like, I'd rather deal with the acne than even think about that.
So Me too with this thing. I never had it on my body or shoulders or anything like that, but I had insane acne on my face when I was like 15, 16. And before that, I was like a super confident kid, but that just like, that humbled me like so much. Because people, I could tell they would look at my face and they'd be like, oh shit. Like they would like react. Like that's how bad it was. And then I took like doxycycline and that just dries out your skin. It does all this weird shit. I probably took some other stuff too, but luckily it went away at like 19 or so. But yeah, I wish I had known about vitamin B5
Yeah.
or
vitamin
B5.
Yeah, because I hate those type of medications. Like they do work, but they mess with you.
Yeah, when I was a teenager, I also had like really bad acne on my face, like my forehead. I had like the pizza face as well. Like you.
Dude, yeah, they called me pizza face.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I had that crazy. As well. And I had it on my back, and like my face has pretty much cleared up. I mean, I got a couple like under my beard, but like my forehead is good and stuff. But my back has pretty much always had acne. So yeah, the B5 has helped me as well. The other thing which has like really helped me a lot is tanning. Like when I get a really good tan in summer, that just like, I don't know if it like dries it out or something, but like whenever I'm like really brown, that's usually like when I have the least acne on my back. But obviously that's like 3 months out of the year. And the rest of the time, the acne would always come back. So I think this B5 is going to be a pretty good help for that.
Yeah, the sun's really good. The same thing in like Michigan. It's, I have half the year I could be topless outside. And then wintertime is usually the worst because you're always in a t-shirt. Something's always on your skin.
Yeah. Oh, did we lose John there for a sec?
It looks like it, yeah.
Yeah, John's gone. Okay, well, it's the Dante and Aidan show. All right. At least he looks good. Where he froze. He could have frozen in a lot worse position.
He could have froze like...
Yeah, but well, anyway, just keeping on with the acne discussion.
Let me give him a...
just
let him know that he timed out.
Yeah. Well, anyway, just to keep the people entertained. It really sucks, to have acne, when you're bodybuilding especially. I mean, you put all this hard work into your physique, right? Build all this muscle, and then you want to show it off, you want to be confident with your shirt off, and then you just have this back that's like full of zits or something. Like, it really sucks. So, it's nice to find a solution for that. Here comes John. He's coming back.
He's back.
So when you oh, here he is. Hey, John.
There it is.
What's up?
Hey.
He's back. All right.
Is the camera working?
Yeah.
You're good.
All good. All right. Okay. So right back into it. John, you did a 30-day like forearm training challenge, right? With a gripper, which also, as soon as I saw that video, I bought the gripper. So like, you're probably like the most influential guy on my feed because you've actually made me like buy several stuff. I got that same gripper as well. So do you still use that? And like, have you found that like those gains have maintained similar to the calf gains you mentioned?
So I don't do as much gripping anymore. I've been doing so much bicep work now. When I was doing the hand gripper and curling, I noticed like I just get really bad cramps when I was trying to bump my bicep volume. So I kind of put this on hold for now. And I'm mainly really just doing a lot of bicep and tricep work. I'm trying to get 17-inch arms. I'm like 2 away. So I'm like super close.
True.
And for me, like it did stay because my grip strength is nuts now. Like I deadlifted 405 for like 5 the other day. I was just trying it out. But previously I would not have been able to do that without straps. I did that just with the hook grip last time. So no issue. Like I probably got a couple more reps without straps. So definitely helped in terms of grip strength. I mean, my forearms are still the same size. So I think like these really help. I don't know your guys' opinion on what is it, nuclei overload training. I know that's a Team 3D Alpha kind of ideal if you ever watch them.
Yeah. No, I think it's legit. I mean, if you think about athletes, right, who do certain movements just over and over and over again in their training, and then they, have really highly developed muscles. It's not like they're progressively overloading, like doing more and more or like heavier and heavier. They're just doing, pretty much the same movement over and over and over and over. And just by doing it enough times, it, grows certain muscles. So I think it makes a lot of sense. I mean, I don't have too much experience with it. I've done like nucleus overload on face pulls for a good 6 months or something. I was doing like really high rep face pulls with a band, like just 30 rep sets. Just trying to grow my rear delts. I don't know if that got me a lot of results, because honestly, even after that, my rear delts were really lagging, and it's only recently that my rear delts have really come up, and I haven't been doing the face pulls. I started doing like reverse flies and other delt exercises. So I don't know how well it worked for me, but also I think like it's the sort of thing that you really need to embrace like long term, like 1-2 years. To really see the results from it, right? Like it's not the sort of thing you get results in a couple months.
I have like mixed opinions. Like sometimes I train like that just to see, because I like to experiment things. And some things I've gotten results with, but I'm not sure if it's like the nuclei overload concept, or because technically with that, if I'm understanding it correctly, is like you're pumping in more blood, so it's going to be forced to like grow more blood capillaries. If I'm understanding, I could be completely messing up this concept. So if I am, cut this out. But I mean, for like some things like the forearms, it definitely worked. I'm actually trying that for my calves right now. See if I can get to like 16 and a half. I'm doing calf raises every day. But I think still progressively overloading is still important in terms of either volume, like doing a little bit more, or just a little heavier. But like all these 30-day experiments I've done, I mean, most of the results have stayed. It wasn't like I got a pump that lasted and then it just disappeared.
Right.
There's been substantial gains, either in terms of strength or form or what have you not,
Yeah, I think what like natural hypertrophy has said about nucleus overload, which is pretty much the only information I have about it. But he seems to think that it should be something that obviously complements the rest of your training. It's not like you should only train a certain muscle with nucleus overload training. You should train it normally, and then also it shouldn't be something that like a beginner is trying to do. Like you can make plenty of gains just doing the normal progressively overloading training. And then, once you've developed a certain base and you notice certain weak points that maybe you want to work on and give a little bit more emphasis, then maybe apart from your normal training, you could add in some kind of nucleus overload to try and like bring up a lagging body part or something. Go ahead.
I'll say what you said is spot on. They remind me of the guy at my gym. If you ever watch the video Alpha, he has like kind of different race types, like how to like training variables for them in a sense. And there's like the smallest dude at my gym, like 130, and he found Team 3D Alpha. We were talking the other day. He's like, I'm gonna do all nuclei overload training. Mind you, this guy my height, like 130 pounds. I was like, so what does that look like? He's like, I'm gonna do a lot of push-ups all day, squats all day, like curls all day. I was like, that's
harder than normal training.
Yeah.
I was like, this is not. He's like, because I'm Indian, I have to do this. I was like, but God. He's also the type of guy to be like, I'm gonna be in the sauna for like 2 hours after I work out because it promotes, whatever growth, and then I have to take a cold shower. Like he's that like type, just that type of mindset, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I just said okay. That's all I said. Yeah. So I'm like, if that works, I'm like, cool. You showed me something. I'm gonna let you be the experiment, but it can't be the only training variable, because it's just not efficient. Even if it did work, that's all day.
I got a funny experience with this kind of effect. So this goes back to when I was literally 8 years old, right? And I have like really bad obsessive compulsive disorder. I'm kind of controlling it more now that I'm older. But so back when I was 8, there was like this specific like crack I found where I had to like rotate my arm like this, right? And if I did it a certain amount of times, it would like crack this part of my chest or shoulder or whatever. And I would do that for like sometimes like 30 minutes, multiple times a day, right? And then I was walking around shirtless one day, I guess, and my mom was like, "Oh my God, what happened?" And I just had like a giant right pec. And then she thought I had like some sort of problem or whatever, so she took me to the doctor, and they were like, "Oh, that's just muscle." She was like, "What?" And I was like,
"Oh, now we."
So I built muscle, and I'll never forget this. Like the first time I ever built muscle, I was 8 years old, and I was just rotating my arm. And that built muscle. So I did it so much that I was untrained. Obviously, I was 8, but yeah. Did you get most of that?
Yeah. It was just.
Thought you got a tumor or something.
I'm gonna do that one day, like a cycle or like a block of just doing this for like 2 hours and see what happens.
That's so funny.
You could be the new what's her face, Blogalates.
Yeah.
8-year-old Aidan just like nucleus overloading his right pec. So funny. John, I also wanted to ask you about squats, because I saw you did this video about Fazlift's squat program, and you got like a really beastly squat. Like, what was your
it was good.
Your PR?
I got 475.
Yeah, 475.
I won. What is that in kilograms? 215.
Well, I'm a pounds guy, so that was impressive already.
Yeah.
So almost 216 kg.
Yeah, awesome. So how did that go for you? It was a really long process, right? By the time you got through the program.
Yeah, I think it was about, I don't remember off the top of my head, I want to say about 8 months with the Fazlifts program. And it was really cool though, because I was only squatting once a week, and I was really focusing on hamstring work during that time. So literally like only squatting once a week, no other quad work. And then I was doing Romanians in the Nordics during that time period. So, I mean, my previous before that was 450, and then I got 475. I mean, it was a grinder. If I had like 10 more pounds, probably would have been a fail. But I got it. So the Fazlifts program was really cool. If you guys don't know what that is, you just do like 3 sets of 8, start with a very easy weight. And then when you can't do 3 sets of 8, you bump down to 2 sets of 8, then 1 set of 8. And then you start over with 3 sets of 5. And then when you can't do 3 sets of 5, you bump down then to 3 sets of 3. And every week you're adding on 5 pounds. So you eventually get to a point where you can't do all those, and then you'll be left with 1 set of 3. So it was like a super easy way to program squats. And it's very easy for like volume, because you'll have a lot of volume, then it'll taper down, and then it'll come back up, then it'll taper down, then it'll come back up, then it'll taper down. And then you can really just start over if you want. So like if you're not that into power lifting, but you want like a different way to program squats instead of like periodization, I think it's a great way to do that. You probably do for bench and deadlift as well. But I don't think I'd ever deadlift 3 sets of 8 again. I'm like I'm like 3 sets of 5 at most for me.
Especially near failure, that's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So the when you get to like the 1 set of 8 or the 1 set of 5, the 1 set of 3, you can find you really like push weeks with just 1 set, because you're like, all I got to do is 1 set, and just the mindset is so strong because it's just 1 set. You'll get pretty high up with your 8 rep PR, 5 rep PR, 3 PR. So it's pretty fun. I was wondering, when is Powerlifting Dante coming out? Will we ever see him?
Yeah, I had my little phase when I first started. I mean, I've talked about it on the channel before, but I did this thing where I was like maxing out every day. Like every time I worked out, I started with like maxing out. Like if it was
I remember that.
Yeah, if I was like if it was a push day, then I started out like maxing out on the bench, and then I did the rest of my workout. And as a like novice lifter, every day I had a new PR, and it was great.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, since then, I've really come to embrace bodybuilding. I mean, I'm not saying that I won't ever be interested in powerlifting or, like purely strength training. Like, it does kind of tickle my interest every once in a while. But at the moment, I'm really like 100% on like hypertrophy mode. Like, I just want every minute of training to be purely focused on like building muscle. And I feel like, training for like singles and stuff like that doesn't really help me for that goal. It's just going to increase my injury risk, and takes away time from, other
Mhm.
training, which could
The good
actually
thing
improve my
too,
physique.
yeah. The good thing too with the bodybuilding and the way you do it and the intensity that you bring to it, like you're getting stronger with that too, and you're getting stronger on like a lot of different movements.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, it's not like you're just going to be some weak bodybuilder who's curling 20s for sets of 30.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
you're also building strength, and if you wanted to do powerlifting movements at some point, it would transfer over pretty easily.
Yeah, like I bet,
Yeah.
if I just did, a bit of, if I did like a phase or whatever where I got back into doing singles, I hope I would be much stronger than I was back when I was, doing singles quite consistently. But yeah, at the moment, it's just not really something that interests me. But, maybe in the future, who knows, maybe once I get bored or whatever for content, you never know. But yeah, I mean, it's not like, if you're properly training for bodybuilding, obviously you are getting stronger, right? It's not like your strength doesn't improve, right? The mass
Right.
moves mass and all that, right? And the bigger you get, the stronger you get. But there's something about like the neurological adaptations to like that heavy single, which if all the training I do, there's nothing I do that's less than 8 reps, but almost everything is like 10 to 15 reps and 20 reps, stuff like that. So I've got basically no like adaptations for a heavy single.
I bet you have great 10 rep maxes though. Which
yeah,
is
exactly.
Still,
yeah.
that's a strength as well. Like
Yeah.
it's not all about one rep unless you're competing. So
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And what about you, Aidan? You ever gonna hop back on the powerlifting arc? I see you joined me on the bodybuilding.
So one of my goals for this bulk, since I can pretty much only Larson press right now, just because I'm trying to stay off the lower body stuff like that. I want to Larson press 315 for 5 with like clean pauses. Whenever I get to like the peak of this bulk. Last time I hit 315 was I hit it for 2 paused at 188. So my goal now is to hit it for 5 paused at maybe like 197-ish, something like that, just right below 200. And then at that point, once I hit that, do a little program to get me used to singles, and then hopefully hit 365 Larson with a pause. I would be ecstatic about that because I haven't hit a bench PR since I hit 340 like 3 years ago. So
wow, yeah.
How'd you get your bench so strong? Anything
man,
specific?
the Larson press has really like, I don't know how to explain this, but like back when I would use leg drive, I wasn't really good with leg drive and my butt would come up and all this other stuff. So all my reps would be different. And then with Larson press now, like every rep is just all chest, shoulders, triceps, same thing. There's no variables with my legs that were inconsistent. And now I kind of have to do it. So, and some people will go, oh, you should work on your leg drive. It's like, bro, let me do what I'm going to do.
Yeah. I've seen so many people where they're benching and their butt comes off the bench and stuff. That has never happened to me. Like not even on the grindiest rep,
sucks.
not even on like when I fail a rep or something, but like, it's never even like, I don't know. Like, I don't like, are people pushing differently than I am, or like, where does that come from?
It's not a good thing, but if you're pushing really hard through your legs and you don't like if I did leg drive now, it doesn't happen. But back in the day before I understood it,
right?
Like I would push my hips up instead of pushing myself back down into the bench. So like,
okay,
I would at the bottom of the rep, I would get ready and I would heave it because I did touch and go at the time too. I would heave it off my chest. Then at the same time, I would get this little bounce of momentum from my glutes, which were also really strong. So that would really help. And then I would kind of like that. And that was not ideal for actually getting my chest.
Right. Because like I use leg drive, right? And like I've like zoomed in on my legs when I'm doing like a heavy bench, and I can see like my legs twitching and shit. Like obviously I'm like, using my legs, but I don't know, for some reason, like I've seen people like benching with this like crazy form where like their hips are coming off, but that has like never happened to me. I never really understood like where that.
Don't let it start.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks. Yeah. It's once I fixed it, it's whatever. But when I was dealing with that, like I had a lot of PRs that didn't count because my ass would come up like an inch. So
do you guys remember?
I was too much of a form stickler in the beginning. Like I was studying all the form videos, so it's like, okay, I have to be locked in perfectly, but I cannot, just like over analyzing everything. So I never had that problem either. But it's probably to the point of.
I was the opposite. I was
yeah.
put more weight on the bar. Put more weight on the bar. Like I don't give a fuck about form. Now I very much give a fuck about form. So you're never gonna see like ugly lifts from me ever again. But I kind of wish I started out like that, like John, because probably would have saved me from a lot of injuries.
Do you guys remember that guy on the Discord who was benching with like that ridiculous, his butt was coming off the bench, and he was like this small guy who was benching like ridiculous weight, but it was
Did he leave?
Yeah, he left the Discord. You know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, what happened? Why did he leave?
Yeah, I don't know if he got banned or something. I don't remember. But he had like the most ridiculous bench. Like it was this little short guy who was benching like, I don't know, like 315 or something, and like it was all from the legs. Drop. Yeah, like he was also preparing for like a powerlifting meet. And he couldn't train for squats or deadlift even. And he was literally training the squat by benching because he was like benching with his legs.
Jeez.
And he was training he was training the deadlift by doing pull-ups. And he was training the squat by benching because he benched with such like quad biased form that was his training for the squat.
I'd love to know how that powerlifting meet.
Yeah. Very interesting. I do remember that. Yeah, I saw that bench and I was just like, this is such a middle finger to all the guys that can actually bench 315 with like pretty form.
Yeah, he got roasted for it so much on the Discord as well, and like so many people were trying to like tell him to like just bench normally, and we were trying to like see what his PR would be if he.
Oh, he wouldn't do it.
Yeah, because he was always flexing on us. He was like, "Yeah, look how much I bench."
He knows if he put his legs out in front of him, close in his grip, that would literally take off like 80 pounds. The way he was benching, nothing wrong with like a little bit of a wider grip and some leg drive, but the way he was benching, that was legitimately probably 50 to 80 pounds.
Yeah.
Because I think he did 225 for like 2 Larson, and that was like a grinder. I was like, what the fuck? What happened? Did you get sick? No, but I mean, yeah, I don't want to be too mean to the guy, but if you're gonna flex those type of lifts, you have to like put a disclaimer, like, hey guys, if I was benching the same way as you bodybuilders, I'd probably be benching a lot less. But here's my powerlifting bench. Then I'd be like, okay, yeah, I respect that.
Yeah, but even that is not a powerlifting bench. Like, you can't bring your butt off the bench, right?
Was his butt coming way off too?
Oh, yeah. It was, like he was benching with his legs.
Yeah. Bench with legs, no pause, not flying.
Yeah.
Not even paused? Oh, man, I remembered it so different. I remembered him having, like, technically competition legal form.
No, it was like It was like a hip extension or something, or what do you call it? Like a hip thrust kind of bench.
Yep.
Anyway, we don't have to go into hip.
We didn't name him by name. Like I don't even think he would know. So.
Yeah. Anyway, Aidan, you got another topic for us?
Yeah. Let me go in my notes real quick.
Or John.
I'll say a quick. I bought these for my bench and overhead press. I bought micro plates. If you guys don't own any. Game changer, dude. So I originally had a pair of pounders. Mm-hmm. They're just, a pound each. I bought ones that are 0.25 pounds each.
Oh my God.
I can add on half a pound to my bench. So I literally went back right now to linear progression. I'm just adding on a half a pound every single week. And it's been like smooth as butter. It's been great.
Really?
So I'm like, because it takes 10 weeks to add on 5 pounds, right? So I started at 225 Larson press. I'm at about like, I think I'm at like 252.5, something stupid like that. Wow. But it's been like the simplest training again because I was getting complicated and I was like, what is the easiest way?
Yeah.
To make training super simple again. I was like, half a pound. Now I know like with you, Dante might be different because you probably have the same weights every day. But at the gym, maybe like the half pound is negated because 145 might not actually weigh 45. But I feel like as long as you're kind of like up and down, like progressing like that, it works. So,
you know what, John? You have once again inspired me to make a purchase. So I'm gonna, I'm gonna buy some of these microplates.
$30 on Amazon, they're great.
Yeah, because I have half kilo plates. Honestly, I don't even use them that much because like I usually have like pretty wide rep ranges, So like by the time I hit the top of my rep range, I can just slap on like 1.25 kilo on each side usually, and then just go back to the bottom of my rep range, and that's been working okay. But it is quite interesting, the micro plates, because then you could just do. So do you still use rep ranges, or do you just do like the same reps?
On bench, I was like, how can I make this simple? I was like, I'm gonna do a 5x5. I haven't done a 5x5 in like 4 years, right? So I'm doing a 5x5, just adding on half a pound every single week.
Interesting.
I'm
gonna try that.
It's been smooth as butter. I haven't hit yeah. So it's been fun. I'm like, I just want to try, because I want to build up that strength again. I mean, 5x5, some people don't like it, but like honestly, it's worked for me. I think it's just a solid, easy way to program. Doesn't take that much time if I'm just Larson pressing too, because I don't get super fatigued from the Larson press.
I want to ask you too.
Powerlifting.
Do you know anything that you can add, like a cheap thing, preferably, that you can like add microplates or weight like that to the outside of dumbbells? Because when I got to my peak bulk last time, my gym goes up to 110s, and only on like the incline press, I was like outgrowing them. I was getting like 14 reps and stuff. So I wanted to like go to 120s, and I looked online and it's like $100 for like these little 5-pound things. I'm like, so do you know any cheaper solution to that, or?
I don't. I was wondering if there's like some magnets you could add to.
There are. I saw a video.
Right.
I mean, I don't know how expensive they are.
Are metal though.
Yeah, well, there must be metal inside, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but they're like rubber. The rubber really is
probably won't stick to it.
Sure.
Because I know
they are expensive. I'm looking at them right now.
Yeah.
So not a cheap solution, buddy. Sorry.
Yeah.
There's got to be something you can do. That like some kind of rubber thing that you can get on there. Well, there you go, Aidan. This is your business idea right now. You gotta make this product. You need to engineer like some sort of like micro plate, like a universal micro, like elastic or clamp or something that can like go onto like any kind of dumbbell and just like micro adjust dumbbell weights, because like a lot of gyms, they have like big jumps on the dumbbells, right?
Yep.
You know what would be good? Something that it's almost like a clip. You clamp it on, and then maybe something that you like twist so that it gets tighter on there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, something like that. That's just like a little piece of metal in the middle and some plastic.
Bro, this is the Natty Talk business idea, right?
There it is.
We gotta
watch someone steal it now, though.
You better cut this out. Save it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
If you want them, they're $60 for a 2.5 pound pair. So 5 pounds is $60 if you want it on Amazon.
See, like that's, if it was like 5 on each side was $60, I would definitely pull the trigger on that like right now. But like 5 pounds total, so I'd have to spend 120. Like, yeah, one of these days when I have a little more money, I'll invest.
Yeah. So you guys wanted to talk about some kind of like dating topic. What was that about?
We could touch on that. I mean,
you want to like introduce the topic, because I'm like not even sure what it was.
I know John had one.
Oh, I was just wondering when Aidan will get a gym waifu. That was my question.
I'm also wondering that, and I have no fucking clue. No, I mean, I go to like a really small gym that's there's not a lot of women around my age, but I don't like getting involved with the women at my gym, because then it's like the whole like don't shit where you eat thing. It leads to like awkward interactions if it doesn't work out, and then you have like 2 different girls that are both like giving you like the stink eye, because I don't know. I just try to avoid that type of awkward thing now. So I don't know. I got to go somewhere else to meet him.
Yeah.
What type of guy are you in the gym? Are you like talking to everyone, or are you kind of like with your bros?
I'm talking to like everyone, but they are all guys, or they are women that I'm not interested in.
I got you.
Who also aren't interested in me, and we're just friends. But yeah, I'm super talkative to everybody, but there's really no like good opportunity. There's never like, oh, there's this super hot girl that's it's like easy to have her join in the conversation. It's just, they're always doing their own thing and I'm doing my own thing. And I don't know. I never feel like there's a good opportunity to, I guess, like shoehorn myself in.
Super talkative to everyone except like the broccoli hair TikTokers who like.
Well, I'm talkative to them too because, yeah, like a lot of those kids, they'll be on like SARMs and shit, and they'll still be asking me for lifting advice, and I'll give it to them. It's like whatever. But yeah, I talk to everyone. I mean, yeah, I talk to everyone except girls that I think are
hot. I went out with a couple girls from my gym. And not the lady I was dating, that I'm dating now. We met at a salsa dancing, but I dated a couple girls from the gym. And it actually wasn't that bad. Like, I used to think that too, but when it's different. When you're the guy that's been there for like 3 years, that's not your gym, but it's your gym, if that makes sense.
For sure.
Like, but I'm also the guy, like, I'm like you, I'm talking to everyone. So it's not weird for me to be like, what's up? How are you? Because I'm like already talking to everyone else. So it doesn't seem like weird special attention, if that makes sense.
It's not like out of character.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're like the super quiet guy in the corner and, she never sees you talking to anyone, but then you're only talking to her, then you're like, okay, I know what you want. But if you're the like guy that's talking to everyone and then you're having that conversation, I don't think it's strange. But I had that, and they haven't been bad because like the gym I go to, I've been there for like 4 years. Yeah. So it's more like, I mean, this is just me being territorial, but it's like if it was bad interaction, which it hasn't been, but they're like, okay, Ben John's been going there for 4 years. I've been going there for like 2 months. Yeah. So I'm not leaving, obviously.
I'm at 8 years at this little YMCA I go to. Crap. And everybody knows me there pretty much. There's people that like I didn't even know that they were looking at me, and I heard them in the locker room. They were like, "Oh, that's that one guy. I see that guy in here every day. Like that's why he looks like that." And I'm like, "Who are these kids? I don't even know them." But yeah. So I mean, you got a point. I mean, I'm never gonna stop going to the gym, this gym, unless I have to. But yeah, I don't know. It's just the picking is slim,
Yeah, mine's a community college gym I go to, so it's like mostly the pros.
Yeah.
So it's but that's why I go to, because it's fun. We just shoot the shit together.
True. Yeah, I'm honestly never really thinking about the whole dating thing when I'm at the gym. It's like if I see an attractive girl, I'm gonna look, but I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, dude, you see that?" And then like get all my bros to like look with me. It's like nah. But like I look around. I'm a normal human being, like so.
And then she like catches you on camera, and you get canceled, right?
I feel like that wouldn't
canceled
happen
immediately.
Like, I never like get that weird about it. Like someone would have to reach so far to make me look like I'm being creepy, because like I glance around everywhere, and if you happen to be there and you happen to have a nice body, I might happen to look at it for
like, I mean that's like seconds. A normal human thing to like look at the people around you, right? Like there's nothing wrong.
We don't have people like that at my gym. My gym is full of like upstanding people that don't do stupid shit. So
that's good.
I'm proud of my gym.
Yeah, I'm the only one that films in my gym, so I'm the weird guy. So,
but people are probably used to it.
We can keep it that way. Yeah, they're used to it now, because I mean, we have like a little record board, and you see my name and stuff. So like, most people know me, and most people know I like doing YouTube stuff, so they're pretty good with it. And I talk to all the staff, so it's like it's good to get to know everyone at the gym. If you go to a small place, if you go to like a Crunch. Yeah. If you go to like a Crunch or Planet Fitness, you're probably not going to like know half your, even a quarter of the attendees, it's just doing
true. So any given time I walk in, it's like there's at least 10 people that I could choose to go say hi to.
Exactly.
So sometimes it's kind of hard to, balance it out. But what were you going to say, Dante?
Yeah, John, I just wanted to ask you, like, what sort of balance do you have? Because I know you have a home gym set up, right?
It's like a small, crappy one. I have like Bowflex dumbbells, a pull-up bar.
So is it
rings.
Almost all in the commercial gym? You don't do too much at home?
Yeah, most of my workouts in the commercial. I'll do some like calisthenic stuff at home if I'm just like not feeling it that day, or just want to be home. I kind of struggle. I wanted, but I like struggle with motivation. Like COVID shined light on me. I was like, I'm gonna have a nice workout home. I'm gonna work out home all the time. dude, I was the laziest I've ever been in
Yeah.
a long time during COVID. So I like don't have motivation to work out if it's because like I have fun. That's my social time too.
I'm the same way, dude. I'm the same way. Like I look forward to like seeing the people I'm gonna lift with and like pushing
Yeah.
them and all that. It's like if I'm just like looking at my home gym, I don't have that same, I just got the neck thing for home. But I imagine
Yeah.
if I had like a barbell and some dumbbells and stuff, it's like if I'm not like enjoying it around other people or with some other people, it's not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's a topic, the neck training. How's that going for you, Aidan?
Good. I mean, I probably don't have a giant neck yet, but I've only been doing it for like 7 months consistently, something like that. Nah, but like last time I got lean, my neck got way smaller than this. And this is going to be the first time I'm bulking and like doing the neck thing 3 times a week. Because I did it the whole time I was cutting and it still came up a bit. But I don't know, because everybody measures their neck differently. Like this is another pet peeve I have. People will go like this. And then they measure their neck. It's like, yeah, my neck's like 18 inches like that, but I don't go around saying I have an 18-inch neck. I have like a slightly under 16-inch neck if I measure way at the top with no flex. But if I measure at the bottom with the flex, like a lot of these kids are doing, it's like over 18 inches easily. So I don't know which measurement matters, 16, 18, but it's getting bigger, that's for sure. And I can tell in like progress pictures, I'll be from the side and like it'll just fill up below my head. And then before it would be like a little bean pole, like leading up to my giant bobblehead.
Yeah, the neck is like such an underrated like aesthetic muscle because seriously, it makes such a big difference. I wish I realized this earlier, and I wish I had like better ways to train my neck.
You're realizing it pretty early, bro. Don't worry.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I'm
almost 10 years in.
Training at Dante or no?
Yeah, so I'm doing neck extensions. That's really the only exercise I can do without nausea. But I've been doing neck extensions pretty consistently for a good couple months. Yeah.
Aidan, the trick is just to grow your beard, then no one sees your neck.
Dude, honestly, I actually like that it's doing that. Now that it's getting a little longer, I'm just gonna let it grow now. I started letting it grow maybe like 2 weeks ago. And I'm going to let the sides grow too, just to see like what I got after a few months. But it's going to look nothing like yours. That shit's glorious.
Yeah, this is an interesting like trio of beards. We got like my absolute like bitch beard, and then we got Aidan, and then we got John just like mogging the crap out of our beards.
Yep.
So I'm so bad at like growing a beard. I've been thinking about now that I'm getting lean and like my face is going to be have a nicer shape. A nicer shape. Yeah, I think I might keep the mustache and just shave the beard because like the beard is all like patchy and shit. Like the beard's really
I think that would look really good on you.
The mustache is okay. I mean, it's not like super thick, but the mustache is much better than the beard. So I'm thinking I might try and shave the beard and see what I look like just with the mustache. So coming soon in a couple weeks once I'm lean enough that I have like
it'll look good
shape on the face, Yeah.
I haven't seen my face in like 6 years, so probably like.
What does it even look like?
I don't know. It's gonna be like a midlife crisis kind of thing. I'll be like 50. I'll be like, it's time. Let's see what happens.
I could never now, bro. Like now that I've had this amount for like as long as I've had it, like I don't think I could go back to the clean shave now. I'm just too afraid of how it looks. I feel like here's the thing. Like with the long beard or like the thicker beards and stuff, like it looks cool, it looks manly and stuff. But then you get people going, "Oh, I thought you were like 35." Like, all right, well, if I shave this off, you would think I'm like 19, and that would also be bad. So I fucking can't win no matter what I do.
Yeah. John, you got any tips for us to like grow a majestic beard, or is it all genetics?
Well, you got to shave your head, and then the real games come.
And then like you're not taking up hair space, and it starts going down there.
Exactly.
That's the trick. Huh?
No, it's there's only 2 real things I can tell you: is coconut oil. And then get a wooden beard comb because that won't like plastic might like crack your hairs more when you comb. Split ends.
Okay.
Comb?
Yeah,
I didn't even know
that.
Like, I don't like. What do I comb?
You might just need a brush. I have a brush too.
No,
but literally, like I balded at like I had a bald spot at like 20.
Oh, wow.
So I like saw a bald spot, and then I was like 21. I was just like, okay, it's time to go. I mean, all my family's bald. Yeah. Everyone's bald. There's not one person like my cousins or immediate family who has hair that's a dude.
Yeah.
So, I was at least blessed with that. It's not like, I'm the shortest one in the family, but we all have in common the no hair. So,
I mean, everybody's just got like different stats, like everybody's got like their pros and cons. Not that being bald is a con, because the way you have it right now, you're rocking it, and a lot of people who are like balding a lot should probably think about doing that too. Like just shave it off, and sometimes it looks better than trying to hold on to what you got, Asmongold. But yeah,
there's only two options: either like get the Turkish hair transplant, or you just got to shave it. Because when you have the patchy, nasty, you look like unaccepting of who you are in a sense. You're just holding on to something. It's like, okay, you're not 20 anymore. You're like almost 30. It's okay to let go of it. You're an aging dude.
But like Aidan said, like you really rock it because you're jacked and you got the beard and everything. And it's like a really cool look. But like someone who just like some skinny guy can't even grow a beard and like he has to go bald. I think that's a bit more of a rough situation. But you rock it really well.
That's why you need to get jacked if you're balding.
Yeah, I was watching. I don't know if you guys have seen Asmongold. He's like a World of Warcraft streamer. Now he's like a variety streamer, but he was talking about like people were convincing him like, oh, he needs to shave his head because there's this long running joke that he's bald even though he's not bald. And he was like, guys, I don't know if I should do this because like I'm not jacked like the guy in the picture here. Like if I shave my head, it's not going to be balanced. It's not going to look right. But if you're fucking jacked, then you can rock it. And it got me thinking. I was like, I think that is the secret to rocking the bald beard thing. Like you got to have some muscle too.
Yeah.
It's the high T look. The high testosterone.
Your testosterone was just so fucking high that the hair was like, nah.
It's like people imagine bald and they think Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Like,
exactly,
I'm telling you,
like
bald celebrity, Dwayne "The Rock." Exactly. You're gonna think no one's thinking of like a small, skinny, bald guy where you think they're gross.
And like so many pro bodybuilders are bald as well, right? Like lose the hair because of the steroids.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was definitely associated with like the muscular guy look for sure.
Yeah, so whether that's true or not, I don't know. You just gotta sometimes play into like the caricatures,
Play into your strengths,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. So that was, the bear mode, balding, beard. I was like, that's the perfect for me.
Yeah. So, you guys got another topic for us?
Let me double check.
Hit us up with a topic. John, you got something?
Yeah, I wanted to touch upon your jacked grandpa video. I was curious, what's your philosophy towards that? Are you going to lift forever? Do you think you're going to like lift and just got to keep it maintained? Or don't even know, just want like a nice healthy life?
Yeah, definitely, I hope, I'm young still. I'm like, only a quarter way through my life. And I've noticed that like every couple years I like change radically. Like if I look back at what I was like when I was 20, I was like a completely different person and with completely different hobbies, completely different interests, opinions, worldviews. Like every couple of years I like change radically. So I can like hopefully understand that, maybe 5-10 years from now, I'll have completely different goals in life. Who knows, right? But I hope that at least this like fitness and lifting thing will carry me through to the rest of my life. That's really what I want. I really enjoy it. I enjoy the benefits, the health benefits, the aesthetic benefits. And I really do truly believe, from the examples I've seen, that bodybuilding is one of the greatest tools for longevity that exists, right? And you see these like guys in their 70s and 80s who are still jacked and can still, move around and play with the grandkids and, they're lively. And I think it does something with your like brain as well. Like, I don't know, just being in good condition, I feel like it also helps like, okay, this is like bro science, but I just feel like it helps keep your wits about you, right? Like I feel like these older guys who are jacked are maybe a bit sharper than the ones who, don't put so much effort into it. So yeah, I just think, I hope that for the rest of my life, I can train and bodybuild and I
think we lost John.
Yeah, we lost John as well.
No.
He looks much funnier.
I hear you guys.
Than the last one.
Oh, we lost
it's just your video then.
Yeah, I hear you guys. This is weird.
Yeah, maybe you could turn off the video and turn it back on. Did you also have the line like in the middle?
Yeah, it's like someone sliced him in half.
Yeah,
and he's
the
like,
line was funny. Yeah.
It's like some anime shit.
There we go. He's coming back. So yeah, I hope I can train for the rest of my life because I think it's like the best investment I can make for my old age. You know, I think if I keep doing it when I'm going to be 60, 70, 80 years old, I hope I'm still going to be, vital, vibrant, strong, mobile, whereas most people at that age, they're,
One foot out the door.
Not in really good shape, they have trouble walking around, they have trouble getting up, they have aches and pains and all that. They need people to help them, and obviously there's a certain part of that that's just, natural part of aging, right? We're not all going to live forever. But I think this is the best thing you can do to fight against that. So
yeah, I agree, man. Oh, we can't hear you now.
We can't hear you, John. But yeah, what about you, Aidan? While John figures out his microphone,
me?
Do you want to train?
Oh yeah. I think of it kind of more from a different perspective, maybe. Like, yeah, I like the health benefits and I like all that stuff too. But like, I don't think I could live without it at this point. It's become like such a part of me, and it's one of the main things in my life that that I'm here for, I think. So if I don't have this, then I don't know what I would do. So, but I think that's going to be kind of my thing. Like I'm like attached to it, and there's no way I couldn't do it, and I would never have to really force it, at least at this rate,
Yeah, it's just like a part of
it's
you
just
at this point, right?
It's something that like I'll do till the day I die because I would not live otherwise. So,
can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yep.
You're back. Yeah.
My phone shit on me. I think it's mad at me. So.
Oh man.
Oh, no worries.
It's all good.
No worries.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask that because my grandpa still lives. He's 93, so like have him in my videos sometimes. So it's just like a good inspiration to see what happens if you. He's not really bodybuilding per se. He's just always lifted. But it's like nice to see 93 touches his toes, pick things up. He's not on a walker.
It's awesome.
Still wipes his butt. And that's the real goal. Like being 90 plus is not having someone wipe your ass.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah, absolutely. That's really cool. No, honestly, my grandpa's also in tremendous shape. He doesn't lift so much. I mean, he has trained in the gym throughout his life. But what my grandparents do is they walk like a ridiculous amount. Like they're always hiking, together. My grandma and my grandpa, they're just always hiking, always walking every single day. And now they have the step tracker on their phone, and they're like sending me the screenshots every day. It's like,
really?
20,000 steps, 25,000 steps. Like they're my grandparents, and like they walk
impressive.
more than anyone I know, and they're in tremendous shape. Like they look good, they feel good. So yeah, for their age, they're in amazing shape, and all they do is just walk all day, every day. So that
crazy.
Anything you do, it doesn't have to be bodybuilding, but anything you do to keep your body moving, keep active, and not just be like sitting around all day, is obviously gonna help a lot for your longevity.
I think so. I think when I'm old, I'll transition to my calisthenic arc. I want to be like the 80-year-old man doing front levers and some muscle ups. So
yeah,
we'll see that.
Yeah. So Aidan, what do you think about like that day that will come where you hit your last PR and after that it's just all like downhill? Have you thought about that?
I would say there's no such thing because there's always going to be some small, weird, obscure goal that you've never really tried to push for that you could PR on.
Like I'm going to hit a tibia raise PR today.
Dude, when I'm 80, I'll be hitting that. But I mean, at a certain point, there's an unlimited amount of like reps and not unlimited, but virtually unlimited exercises, reps, like a sets and reps, or just there's so many different things you can like play with, so that you can mentally, you can hit PRs every day until you die, honestly.
Yeah.
not going to be like linear, strength gains. We're not like you're benching
micro
800
plates.
pounds,
You gotta get the micro plates.
Yeah,
Right?
I mean, yeah, but stuff like that, I mean, yeah, I'm not expecting to bench 315 when I'm 80, but if this injury heals up, I do want to still be able to deadlift 405 when I'm like 80.
I'm
not saying that lightly. I've seen 90-something-year-old dudes deadlift 405 for reps, so it's not impossible.
There's a female powerlifter. I'm gonna Google real quick from Metro Detroit. She deadlifted 400 pounds. She's like 80, like this old black lady.
Is she the one who does the pull-ups as well? I saw like some old powerlifting lady who did like 12 pull-ups in a row or something. It was really impressive.
Really, I'm not sure.
You gotta send me that, John. That's probably the craziest thing I've heard all day.
Yeah,
yeah, I'm gonna find her video.
It's like super impressive, yeah, for sure, and super inspiring. I mean, for someone who doesn't want to do it for the rest of their lives, it's really cool to see people actually living that, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, the objectives will always change, but there'll be something. Oh, her name's Nora Lagden.
Okay.
You guys Google her.
Check that out, folks.
Yeah, check on Nora Lagden. She probably squats and benches and deadlifts more than you. So, and she's
savage.
The grandma who mugs us all.
Exactly. Awesome.
So you guys got any other topics? We're about an hour 20 in, so it's been.
I got one more
so far. Yeah, go.
I want to know John's opinion on this. So I know you're like against social media because of like the negative mental health effects and stuff. Not like all social media, but the aspects of it that are bad. I think Instagram is a pretty bad one, and so is TikTok. But I still kind of use Instagram because I've gotten like a group of followers and like friends on there that they want to see like my lifts and stuff. But I don't know if you do the same kind of thing, but I post and then I respond to my DMs and then I delete the app because just having the app there, like I can't control myself and I absolutely hate it. Like I hate the explore page. I hate everything it tries to show me, even though I don't even look at that stuff, and it's like, it's like tailored to things that you've spent time looking at, whether you like it or not. So if you go on and you have like a moment of weakness, now your whole explore page is boobs, or your whole explore page is dudes on trend. And it's like, I don't need to see that right now. I'm trying to like respond to some people about some other stuff. But I feel like Instagram is designed to just get you addicted and it does not give a fuck about you. So.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's the whole point. Like, I have it, but my explore page, I have a video on like Instagram and dating. And like literally my whole explore page is like tits and ass. Like that's all. Yeah. That's all it is. And
you sent in the video butts and boobs, and I just laughed out loud.
And I'm like, what is this saying about me? I'm really perverted.
You're horny.
Exactly. So I was like, I have it on my phone, but it's never been a like app I actively go on because I don't have any friends on it, and I don't. Just to be like, I don't care about people's progress that much anymore. Like, I like the people I talk to. I like you guys, but like, I don't care about random people on the internet anymore. Like, just maybe I'm just 28 and I just don't care anymore. Like, I'm a dude at my mom's, so like, I'm not comparing myself to Instagrammers. Mine is like, YouTube is kind of like my weakness because it has that frame of like I might learn something new. Like because I like to trade stocks, I like lifting, so there's always like something new I can learn. But then you're on the rabbit hole and you're watching like I don't know, some meme compilation, and you're like, this is just as bad as Instagram.
Yep.
So it's the same thing. But I just think generally like social media is a tool, but it's a very complicated tool to use without destroying yourself in a sense.
Be careful.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, for you, deleting it's probably good because then it's just that annoying thing of having to re-download it to check it. Instagram is just a format that's never interested me. Mine's, as I said, YouTube. So I've tried limiting like the time on my YouTube on my phone, then it just shuts down. So I've tried like 30 days without it, which worked pretty good. I'm a lot less bad. Like, I'm trying to ban myself from like pooping and scrolling or listening to things. I just have to poop and be present. Be present with myself in that moment.
God.
Impossible.
Yeah.
Exactly. Impossible. How many of us do that? Probably like
poop challenge. Impossible.
You have to comment down below.
Bro's living life on extreme hard mode.
Right.
Pooping without scrolling. Look at this crazy guy.
How do you do it?
How?
I'm trying. I'm still trying. So it's a difficult one. I think for like most people, there's no real reason to use it. It's kind of like I'm sure Aidan, you had Facebook when you were like, I started on like middle school. I think I don't know about you.
Like
guys.
12, I think, when I got
12, yeah. It was one of those things like I'm gonna miss out on all my friends, and it's like no, literally your friends are gonna text you if they want to see you, or they're gonna call. You know,
I feel like back then though, social media was not very toxic. It was more just like goofy, like, hey, look at this selfie I took.
Keeping up with your friends.
It's the most innocent thing ever. And then like your friends would be the only ones that see it and like it. Yeah. And now it's like everybody wants to be famous. Sometimes they want to be famous for no reason. They don't even have like a skill or like anything to share, and they want to be famous. And it's like the Wild West.
Yeah.
I want to challenge that a little, because even when I'm sure you guys remember the people that had like 2,000 plus friends. Like how many friends you got on Facebook?
Yeah.
And
really?
Like 2,000? You're like, who are these randos you're friending? It's like the weird old creepy men, you know? Yeah. So it's I
can't remember anything like that, but I can definitely see that happening. Yeah.
No, for sure. Like on Facebook, you know, people would be like, "How many friends you got?" You know, "Oh, look at this loser. He only has 100 friends on Facebook." You know. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
At least where I was, like, if you had 100 friends, you were weird, like, because those are people that actually knew. And then if you didn't have like over 1,000, it's like, who are you? Yeah. You're not cool, you know. So it's I think it was like a symptom of the same thing, really, just
like a status symbol.
You know.
Yeah, now it's on just such a bigger scale with the algorithms and how much time people spend, you know, consuming content. John, I do want to, I'll quickly hit on the social media thing, but I do want to circle back to, you mentioned trading stocks. So let's remember to talk about that briefly, if you don't mind. Yeah, on the social media topic, yeah, I mean, I used to use Facebook in middle school as well, like you, John, and Aidan, I'm sure. And then it just like, it got, I don't know how old I was, maybe like 17 or something. And I just remember thinking like, man, I don't give a shit about anything that I'm seeing on Facebook. Like people posting a photo of what they're eating and whatever, like, who are you? Why am I looking at this? I don't care. I just deleted my Facebook account and never went back. And I'm sure you guys did something similar. And I never got into Instagram. I never got into TikTok. I was really big on Reddit, and then like Reddit just went to shit, and I hate Reddit now. Like it's just the most. Like I feel like everyone on Reddit is a bot. Like there's like no real people left on Reddit. It's like
I just don't go on at all.
It's such a shithole, man. And it was like 10 years ago, Reddit was kind of cool, but now Reddit sucks. So I hate Reddit. I'm off that. I used to spend a lot of time there. And yeah, now similar to John, my thing is like YouTube. And I just watch way too much YouTube. And now that they got the shorts, like, you know, I
stayed off that.
Yeah, I wasn't doing the reels and I wasn't doing the TikToks and whatever. But now that YouTube has the shorts, like now I'm also in the, like, you know, the hypnotized scrolling thing. And every once in a while I catch myself doing it. I'm like, God damn it, like this isn't good for me. I shouldn't be doing this. So yeah,
at least you catch yourself.
Yeah, I definitely spend way too much time on YouTube. That's literally my only like social media platform. I mean, you know, I've got this Discord thing, you know, that I keep up with some people on there. But really, it's just YouTube. And I never understood like, I don't know, maybe you guys can chime in on this, but like I never understood like following people's like day-to-day lives and stuff. Like, you know, your friends, like you talk to your friends, you text them, you call them, you hang out with them. Like you don't have to be seeing photos of like what they're doing during their day or what they're eating. Like I couldn't care less about that. Absolutely zero interest in that. And meanwhile, you have people just like looking on Instagram, like keeping up with their friends or keeping up with famous people, like their day-to-day things. Like I want to be entertained by something. I don't care like what someone's doing during their day. I never understood that part of social media. It never interested me.
That part only applies if like you're super obsessed with someone, and then you do want to see like everything they're doing. But
like this person posted a selfie. Wow.
Yeah, like a really famous person that you're like parasocial towards.
Yeah.
You want to feel like you're friends with them. You want to know everything they're doing and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I haven't felt that way towards anyone in a long time, but I can understand someone wanting to see that from certain people, but yeah, I don't know. Now I don't do it. So
I have some like weird thoughts about it because like back in the day we used to have entertain each other in a sense, right? Like if you had to play games with your family, there were no movies. You had to like hang out and talk, sit around a bonfire for like 5 hours. That was the like norm. So we're like still kind of doing that, but in a very strange way, So we're like still kind of keeping each other entertained, but it's not like with a real connection, It's like what of my day, and then go on the Instagram or TikTok or whatever you're using, and still kind of connect with the people, but it's still lacking that real life asset, of being with each other. So it's weird. Do I think it's all bad? No, like a lot of cool things came out of social media. I mean, Dante, this is probably like half your job now. You make some good money.
It is my job,
ads.
yeah, absolutely. And I mean, we wouldn't be here talking to each other right now if it wasn't for social media, right? So
true.
Yeah.
So, but with limited use, it can be a good tool. Well, that's why like I have my email and stuff, because I don't check the Instagram messages. So like if people really want to get in contact, they have an option, but you have to do a little more digging, if that makes sense. So at least in my YouTube persona, I'm not that difficult in real life, but
yeah, another thing has been like the YouTube comments, and you guys, I'm sure, will experience this as well as your channels keep growing. But like, it got to a point where like I was getting so many comments that like I was spending literally like half of my day just reading comments and like trying to reply as many as possible, and like I would just like refresh my phone. It was like 5 new comments, 5 new comments, 5 new comments. Like how
you probably got addicted.
And then you like wake up in the morning and it's like just literally like hundreds of comments to read through. And I had like a couple weeks where like some of my videos were blowing up, and it was just like I got obsessed with them because I had to like I felt like I had to read all the comments, and like whenever someone asked me a question, like I like tried to give them a reply. And there's like also an ego thing going on there, right, where like, oh, all these people are watching my videos and they're like, oh, it's so cool. And but like, man, that's not good for you. Like, it is not good for you to be sitting there on your phone just all day obsessing about what people are saying about you. Like, it's really bad. So lately I've been like really going off the comments and trying my best to not spend so much time. If someone like asks me a question, usually I'll try to respond, but if people have been leaving me like long thoughtful comments, I do read most of them, but please excuse me if I don't reply, because it is just like a personal decision where I'm trying to like phase that out a little bit, where I'm not spending just so much time staring at my phone.
No, that's definitely the right move.
Yeah. John, can we, if you don't mind, I mean, you talk about as much as you want to talk about, maybe it's private and you don't want to share, but the stocks trading, I'm also quite interested in that. So maybe do you want to share a little bit about that?
Sure. So
can you guys give me 1 minute too?
Yeah, absolutely.
I gotta use the bathroom really quick, but if you want to keep going.
Yeah, go ahead.
Funny enough, I'm actually starting like a side stock channel right now.
Okay.
So I'm gonna like continue this. Probably put one video out a week on the the John Atallah channel, and I'm gonna start.
Where can people find the stock channel? Give it a shout out.
I called it "Not a Financial Advisor."
Okay.
So, typical. I thought it was pretty clever.
Yeah.
I mean, not actually, but it was funny enough for me.
Yeah.
But I kind of started when COVID hit, and then you see like the market crash. Then it like you could have doubled your money like very quick, and it's like, dang, like I was an idiot,
Yeah.
So that kind of sent me down that path. So I'm doing like I sell a lot of options. That's kind of like my thing right now. I just kind of dollar cost average 2 in like SP 500. So I do like a lot of random things. I'm into crypto too. I don't buy like a ton of shit coins or anything, but mostly Bitcoin, Ethereum, stuff like that.
Yeah. So do you like day trade options?
No, because I work a full-time job. So it's kind of taken me like, let's say about 1.5 years now to find something I can do while I work. Because a lot of these YouTube things are, you can make so much money in a day, but it's like, okay, I don't have all day to like sit in my
stare
computer
at a chart,
and watch
right?
Right. So I needed to find things that I could do while I work that would manage my risk, because let's say it turns against me in like 30 minutes and I'm not able to check my phone, then I lose a lot of money. Right. So that's kind of where I got on like selling options, because that has mostly a good risk to reward ratio for me. You win a decent amount of times, and I can check every so often, and I don't have to worry about like the trade completely dumping on me. So,
Right.
are you doing a lot of that, or what do you?
Yeah, so I mean,
doing?
I've gone through several arcs on my investing journey. I've always thought that investing was really important. So I started. I mean, as soon as I had an income from a job, I was immediately investing and stuff. I've always been really interested in that, and I got into like day trading quite a bit. And I was watching.
Coin?
Sorry.
I said, what about Pepe coin?
Oh yeah, Pepe coin. Yeah, that's the big one.
Hi.
No, but I did get into day trading for a while, and I was like trading options, like on the 1 minute chart and shit. And I was watching the Wall Street Bets subreddit, and joining in on all the degeneracy on there. But interestingly, as you say, it's kind of difficult to balance with having a job. And so I was trying to day trade like while I was, working a job. And like, I'd have like my boss next to me, and I'm like sitting there like trying to like manage my trades, and like looking at the candles while like, also trying to like work my job. And like I remember I'd be like driving to a meeting or something and just be like stressing about the charts like in the car while I'm like it was just and I lost a lot of money doing that. So I never made any money from the like day trading. And I found that the more I moved the money, the more I lost. So whenever I tried any kind of trading strategy, I always lost. Whenever I tried trading cryptos, stocks, options, gold, doesn't matter. I always lost a lot of money. So I don't trade anymore. I'm very bad at it. I know a lot of people, they're good at it. Maybe I like get too emotional and I just start trading like with my feelings and with my gut rather than with my mind. And maybe I wasn't so good at like following a strategy because I would just like YOLO and do.
I mean, someone's got to lose,
Yeah, someone's got to lose for John to be making all this money.
It just happened to be you, Dante.
So yeah, nowadays I invest with a long-term mentality. I just put money where I think it's gonna be, appreciating over a long period of time, decades, and I really don't worry about like moving things around a lot. But it is interesting to hear about your trading, John. So like has it been like fruitful for you? Have you like been able to make a bit of an income from that?
Yeah, so I have like a couple different experimental portfolios I'm like trying out. One I'm selling, it's very degenerate, but it's been working. I've been selling puts on like triple leverage stocks. So basically that means like you get a lot of premium.
Yeah.
But you can sell like, so I'm just QQQs like the NASDAQ 100, like 100 stocks. So if you sold a put on that, you would need like for the stock to like drop 1%, you wouldn't make that much premium. But if you do it on a triple leverage account, the stock could drop like 6% or so, and you would collect more premium than if you sold that put on the QQQ. So you can like sell it way farther down out of the money and collect like a decent amount of premium. So one experimental portfolio I've been making like % per week like the past 3 months.
Oh, okay.
And it's been like really good. Yeah. I haven't got burned yet, but it's still a small portfolio because I'm like waiting. I'm like, when is this going to turn on me? What's that?
How much % did you say? Because I think your mic cut out. Oh, 1%.
1%.
Which is
so I mean that's like 52%.
Yeah, per week. Yeah.
So, but only possible with a small portfolio because there's only so many options volume on it. But it's still just like, when will that blow up? Yeah. And then will I just give it all back in like a bad week? So, but I mean, like, I've just been doing like the wheel strategy, which you guys can Google if you ever look into that. I think it is actually possible, like, beat the market doing the wheel strategy pretty easily. I know that's a bold claim, and I've only been investing for 2 years, and I'll probably get burned. But, I mean, like, I sold, like you, I just have a portfolio on a dollar cost invested in things, and I've sell calls on like SPY basically,
Yeah.
And like technically I'm beating the stock market because I've sold multiple covered calls on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm beating the stock market because I get the appreciation and the premium I got.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I've been doing. I tried trading. It's just a lot of work. I got to really manage, so if I'm selling puts and selling calls, that's a lot more reasonable for someone who works, I've
Right.
found, a lot of these are like the day trading. I can't do that. And a lot of it's psychological, which is fun for me too, because it's like, what are my fears? Why am I scared if this drops $1 and then I'm gonna like freak out and sell everything and then it goes back up? So it's a big psychological game too, which is part of the fun.
Yeah.
So training for the physical and trading for the psychological.
Yeah.
So
there's a lot of psychology that goes into trading, and I think if you can't like completely remove your feelings from it, you're just gonna get burned. Like as soon as you start making decisions with like how you feel or how you think something's gonna go, it's like just not gonna work. Like you need to have a really good strategy in mind and like stick to the strategy. And that's so easy to say. Like it sounds so easy to just be like, I'm gonna formulate a strategy and I'm gonna follow the strategy, and it's like, yeah, straightforward, right? But then when you're actually there trying to do it, then you suddenly like for no reason start making decisions with your feelings. But I'm happy to hear that it's working for you, man, and I look forward to checking out your channel. So you're gonna be like sharing all these tips, right? That you were discussing.
So I'm gonna be working on that. So probably a video or two a week on that. I just started or I'm gonna start being consistent soon. Then my main channel, the John Atallah, I'll still be posting once or twice a week. I'm hoping to get a new job soon, so I'll have more free time to like dedicate to the YouTube fun. It's kind of difficult, you work like 40 hours, work out, hour eat, and then you're doing this, and it's like,
yeah, man.
Everyone's like,
crazy.
it's easy. It's like, it ain't easy. It's a long time. I'm sure you guys know from doing your own videos.
Yeah, no, I respect that, man. I mean, at the moment, all I'm doing is YouTube, and I still like struggle to find the time to make videos, and that's the only thing I need to do. So like to have you like working 40 hours a week and still making the quality of video that you're making, and now on 2 channels, very impressive. So hats off to you. And the finance channels, man, those are like, I'm sure the absolute pinnacle of YouTube channel, because the CPMs you get on finance channels are exquisite. Because
if you've never looked, you need to look.
Yeah, advertisers pay a lot of money to advertise to people who are interested in like investing and trading and stuff.
Well, that's part of my decision, because I'm hoping to cut back on work hours. I'm going to be trying like private practice clinical therapy, so that I can work like 20 hours a week and still make good income. But I don't want my personal YouTube channel to like turn into like 5 training tips every beginner needs to know. Like just I need to like pump out content for a bunch of stupidity, right?
Right.
Just to add like best bicep techniques. Like those are good videos, but like my training's super simple. I don't actually have complicated training, and I don't want to like have to make a bunch of silly fitness videos just to like have a living in a sense. So that's why I'm thinking of a finance channel, because I'm always trading. I can review those trades. I can talk about like tips and tricks, and then I can make more money. So the John Atallah channel can be like real lifting advice. I don't need to like cater to the algorithm, to just make stupid content really. So I'm hoping to have more natural hypertrophy style and just kind of make
awesome.
Weird tangents I like, and then that. So that'll be the decision. I don't know if it'll work. We'll see. I'm still small on the John Atallah channel, so if any of this will work or not, who knows? But
yeah, no, wish you luck on that, bro. And Aidan, so like on like a normal channel, like gaming channels and stuff, and like especially like kids channels, they have really shit CPM, so like less than $1 per 1,000 views. Like a normal-ish channel will maybe make between like $2 to $4 or $5 per 1,000 views, but like a finance channel will make like $10, $15 every 1,000 views. So like even these like small finance channels, like ones that have like 10,000 subscribers or 20,000 subscribers, they can be making a shitload of money just off the ad revenue. And then if they have like a Patreon or like a paid Discord or something, sponsors, they could be making shitloads of money, even just off like a small 10, 20,000 subscriber channel, which any other kind of context would just be like a little bit of income. But like in that niche, you can actually like make a living off quite a small channel.
Crazy.
Yeah. So that's the goal, because keep John Atallah authentic, real to me, and real applicable advice. And, people want a Discord, they can join yours because yours is great. So I don't feel like I need to manage anything like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Aidan, are you sponsored yet on YouTube? Get your 4,000 watch hours?
No, I'm not even close. I only have 9 or 10 videos up at the moment. So I'm still
Did you
still
delete your old
relatively new.
videos or what?
Well, I didn't have any old like legit videos. I had one really, really old video. It was like a poll day / about me thing. That was from like a year ago.
Right, yeah.
All my other videos were just me hitting
Shorts,
PRs
right, yeah.
as I was like, well, not even shorts, just like a vertical 1 minute, 20-second video of like a crazy deadlift set or something. It's like, I'm not going to leave that there. It makes the channel look like it's all about me when
I see.
I want it to be more about like what I have to say and not just my lips. So,
yeah. And you're monetized, right, John?
Yeah, so I'm making a little bit of money. So I'm actually making a website soon. So I'm hoping to offer like coaching calls, whether it be training, or I'm not technically allowed to do therapy outside of Michigan. So it can be like life coaching. It won't be therapy.
Right.
Nice.
So I'm hoping to do that. And then maybe most of everything I've had right now is free. My Big Boy Basics template is free. My PDF is free. So I'm going to keep those as free. And then if I ever have some like training, maybe when I get like 17-inch arms, I might like make a program and actually sell that just for a little bit of income to work on, maybe get like a nicer camera, better mic setup or something, So I'll reinvest into the channel. But I made like 150 so far, so that's a win.
Yeah.
So
nice.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, this my second channel where this podcast is going is getting very close to monetization. Maybe even this very podcast will push it over the edge. So
is it that close?
Yeah, it's really close. Just need like 200 more hours or something like that. So yeah, guys, watch this video to the end and send it to a friend or something. Yeah, it'll be nice to have two monetized channels. Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
And Aidan, I don't know if you want to talk about this, but you have another channel. Do you want to plug that here or no? Should we just leave it?
I won't plug it here because it's just it is so not in the same realm.
Oh, I don't mind though. I would like it if you plug it, but if you don't want to, that's fine.
Yeah, I'd rather.
I'll
just
hear
keep it as
offline.
I'll keep it as like my little side thing.
Okay,
I just like having it. I like being anonymous.
Okay, don't worry. Okay, no problem.
But thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, I think that's a pretty good podcast, eh? An hour 47. Yeah. You guys happy with that? Is there anything else you guys want to throw out there?
I think that was great. Thank you.
That's good, yeah.
That was a ton of fun. John, thank you so much for coming on. I'm sure we would love to do this again sometime, if you'd like to come back on.
Yeah, love that.
This was lots of fun. Really cool talking to you. Why don't you just, we've talked about it already, but just quickly say your YouTube channel names so people know where to find you.
Cool. So my lifting channel is John Atallah, and if you want to subscribe to my newly finance channel, it's Not a Financial Advisor, because I'm not a financial advisor. But you can lose money with me in the stock market. So
nice. You can join in on the degeneracy, folks.
Exactly. So, yeah. I appreciate you having me on a ton. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, that's a wrap for Natty Talk Podcast number 6. See you guys on the next one.